Hey there, YouTube. I thought for my the tobacco review series I've been working on this year, I would do a little bit of change up, a little bit of a twist here for this one. Instead of doing just a review of a single tobacco blend, pipe tobacco blend, my thoughts and observations on it, I thought I would do a kind of a shootout, maybe. I don't know what you want to call it, a blend versus blend, I don't know, something along that lines. And what I'm going to do it with are two flake tobaccos, one from Samuel Gawith and one from Gawith Hoggarth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare and contrast their best brown flakes. From Samuel Gawith, it's just called best brown flake. From Gawith Hoggarth, it's called best brown number 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a flake of each and smoke each, and I'm going to smoke them both in this same pipe, so that remove the variable of different pipes and how that can affect way a tobacco tastes and smokes. So I'm going to use the same pipe and I'm going to smoke them back to back. I'll load up the first blend, which I've already got here. I'll smoke that. After it's done, I'll clean the pipe out. I'll let it rest and cool down for maybe however long it takes, 30 minutes to an hour. Then I'll load up the other blend and smoke that, and hopefully that doing it that way will provide a good way to compare and contrast these two similar blends. So yeah, I think that might be interesting. The pipe I'm smoking it in, this is my Claudioca Vici bent billiard with a sterling silver band on it, on the shank. It's got it's a 1C, which is one of his not his highest grade pipes, but it's still got some lovely grain on it. As far as I'm concerned, it's a beautiful pipe with some beautiful grain. So this is the pipe I'm going to smoke it in. This is a dedicated straight Virginia pipe. I only smoke straight Virginias in this. So I'm starting out with Samuel Gawith's best brown flake, which is what I have it in here now. I think another name for this blend could be called medium Virginia flake. Just like Samuel Gawith has full Virginia flake, this could also be called medium Virginia flake. But Samuel Gawith calls it best brown flake. Straight Virginia. I've smoked this and the Gawith Hoggarth version before, and I both liked them both a lot, so much so that I purchased them in bulk. So I have 8 ounces of the best brown flake and I think only 4 ounces of Gawith Hoggarth's best brown number 2, but I have them in bulk. So this is the bulk version of these two blends. And I've been storing them, and they both got about around 2 years of age on them. So right now this is Samuel Gawith's best brown flake. It's got a great tin aroma to it. Just smells like tobacco, nice high quality Virginia tobacco. Really lovely. What I said a few minutes ago about how this could also be called medium Virginia flake. If you've smoked full Virginia flake, this is very similar, except the flavor and aroma isn't as full or as strong or as intense as full Virginia flake. It's more, medium to mild end. And I kind of prefer that. I mean, I like full Virginia flake, but to me it's not the end-all be-all of Virginia tobaccos. I actually prefer the best brown. But yeah, it smokes nice and cool. Got a great tobacco flavor. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It just tastes like tobacco. I get a little bit of Virginia sweetness, but it's not a real strong sweet Virginia. I do get occasional hints of a kind of a fruitiness, maybe like a dried fruit, maybe along the lines of like raisins or dates or that type of fruit, maybe even prunes, or dried plums, whatever, but not in a bad way some people associate with prunes. Just a kind of a dried fruit type of sweetness sometimes to it as well. But mostly it's just, you know, the taste of a good quality Virginia tobacco. And I'll read a description of this blend from tobaccoreviews.com. A firm favorite for the pipe smoker looking for a medium strength, gentle, and slow burning tobacco. Manufactured using hand-stripped, flute-cured Virginias with no flavors added. I agree with that. Best Brown will reward with a cool, sweet smoke with a delectable aroma and good side stream, mild to medium. I think that's a really accurate description of this blend. It's definitely medium strength, gentle. It burns, you know, slow. It's a cool, slightly sweet smoke. Yep, delectable aroma. It's good stuff. I really enjoy this blend a lot. Alright. So there you go, just some general impressions of Samuel Gawith's Best Brown Flake. I'll finish off this bowl. Let the pipe rest for about half an hour to an hour. Load up Gawith Hoggarth's Best Brown No. 2, get that smoking. Tell you what I think about that, and then hopefully be able to put together some comparisons and contrasting remarks from these two. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back with some Gawith Hoggarth's Best Brown No. 2. Looking at the same pipe. Let me go over to tobaccoreviews.com and read a little description of this blend. Medium strength flake tobacco, blended from the finest Virginia and Burleys. So technically this isn't a straight Virginia. It's a Virginia with a little bit of Burley in it, probably added just to give it a little more body or so, I guess, maybe. So, even though I said earlier this is a dedicated straight Virginia pipe, I guess I should clarify that by saying I only smoke blends, Virginia blends in here that don't have Latakia, so no Englishes, nothing with any Latakia whatsoever, no aromatic. So if it's, you know, Virginia with a little bit of Burley like this Gawith Hoggarth blend, that's fine with me. Still, I still consider this a Virginia pipe. So, from a tobacco leaf standpoint, that appears to be the primary difference between the Samuel Gawith and the Gawith Hoggarth. The Gawith Hoggarth has a little Burley added to it, the Virginia, whereas the Samuel Gawith is nothing but Virginia. From a sensory standpoint, probably the most initial, immediate difference in these two blends is that the tin aroma of the Gawith Hoggarth Best Brown No. 2 has a little bit of that Lakeland essence to it. If you're not familiar with what the Lakeland essence is, it's a kind of a perfumey, soapy, potpourri-ish type of smell. And I get a faint, very mild smell of that in when I open up the little container of this stuff, and when I light it up, that little Lakeland essence smell and aroma comes through. It's very mild. It's not strong. Some Gawith Hoggarth blends, that Lakeland essence is really predominant. It can be almost overwhelming. But in this blend, it's very mild. So if you know what the Lakeland essence is, and you don't like it, that's probably going to push the Samuel Gawith Best Brown Flake ahead of this Best Brown No. 2. However, I personally kind of enjoy that Lakeland essence. As long as it's not too strong, too overpowering, I find it actually kind of pleasant. So in that regard, I kind of favor the Gawith Hoggarth Best Brown No. 2 slightly ahead of Sam Gawith's Best Brown Flake. I still can taste the Virginia leaf in here. It's got a nice mild sweetness to it. I don't really get any of that dried fruit taste coming through this, like I did with the Best Brown Flake from Samuel Gawith. I think that may be because that Lakeland essence, which is a little bit more, which is slightly present in this Gawith Hoggarth blend, and possibly due to the addition of a little bit of burley. I don't know about the burley part, but I suspect because of that Lakeland essence that Gawith Hoggarth tends to use more frequently than Samuel Gawith. That's probably why I'm not noticing that dried fruitish sweetness that I got occasionally from the Samuel Gawith's Best Brown Flake. But other than that, it's a very medium strength Virginia. Not full, not intense Virginia flavor, just kind of medium to mild. Both of them, both the Samuel Gawith and the Gawith Hoggarth blends, don't have a mild nicotine hit to them. So in that regard, their nicotine kick is, to me, pretty mild. They're different, but they're similar too at the same time. And the differences and similarities, or I should say, the differences are kind of subtle. Yeah, I guess. Primarily that Lakeland essence is going to be the biggest difference, but it's not a huge, overwhelming type of thing. It's just noticeable. And if you've never had a blend with that Lakeland essence, you may find it really noticeable. But I've smoked a lot of Gawith Hoggarth blends, so to me, that Lakeland essence is just barely there. It's like 95% Virginia tobacco, and maybe 5% of the time I get a little hit of that Lakeland essence. That makes up the flavor profile. Cool, gentle smoke. Nice. So there you go. Kind of a compare and contrast shootout blend versus blend from Samuel Gawith and Gawith Hoggarth, their best browns. I highly recommend both. Both very similar, but they do have their differences that make them unique to each house. Definitely check them out. Okay, well, I hope that was interesting to you guys. It was interesting to me. Take care, smoke in peace.